Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've had a great weekend. If not, hope it gets better this week. But anyway, I've been talking a lot about freedom and the freedom we have in Christ, and the freedom we have in Christ because of His accomplishments, okay? Not our own. We don't have freedom because we did everything right this weekend. We have freedom because Christ did everything right a long time ago. A historical event that took place where Jesus was killed, buried, and He rose from the dead and defeated sin and death. All the gifts that He's received because of that are now ours. That's the freedom we have in Christ. But I want to talk to you about a different freedom today that's connected to this one, but it's a freedom that we're not experiencing in our relationships and in our personal lives because we're bound by something. And it's really quite simple to get away from it. It's not easy to do, but it's simple to understand. And the reason it's simple to understand is because it's a simple command from Jesus Himself. He says, forgive as you've been forgiven. Now, He's talking about you've been forgiven a lot. And He uses a beautiful illustration in the Bible. He talks about this man who owed another man a lot of money. A lot of money. And this man could have had him thrown in prison for the rest of his life, just for the punishment, never get his debt back. This man would have been thrown in prison forever for a ton of money. Well, this man decides to forgive the one that owes him the money, and on the way home, this guy sees someone that owes him like 20 bucks. And he has that guy thrown in prison because he owes him 20 bucks. Now, the point of the illustration is, if you are holding someone accountable for something they did to you, and listen, I'm not saying people haven't done things. People do terrible things. We have some relationships and people in our lives, they're rotten. They're selfish, they gossip, they lie, they cheat, they steal, they take advantage. They do a lot of things that put us in a position of being hurt and bothered and just messed up. And our relationships are difficult. So I'm not saying those things aren't true and you've got a problem for not forgiving them. It's real. People are jerks. It's that simple. But Jesus tells us, regardless, we have been forgiven more than we can count, more than we can comprehend through Jesus. And because of that, we forgive as we've been forgiven, how we've been forgiven. And it's not based on merit. It's not based on the fact they deserve it. It's not based on the fact that they've asked for forgiveness. It's not based on the fact that you've seen a repentant heart. It's based on the fact that Jesus just tells us to. Now, I'm not real big on just these commands to just say, do this, do this, do this, do this. But there are certain commands that Jesus gives us, like don't be anxious. That's an absolute blessing to us. It's not this mean command of don't have fun on Saturday nights, like I'm sure some of you have heard in your church experience, or if it's fun, it's probably wrong. Those are the ones I'm against. But these commands from Jesus are very freeing. For Him to command me to not be anxious, for those who deal with anxiety, to say, I'm not going to be anxious because I'm told not to. So obviously He knows it's possible. Another situation is this thing with forgiveness. He tells me to forgive. It's a command, it's not a request, but it's for my benefit. And we all know the fact when we forgive someone, it's us who get the blessing and not the person that we forgive. Because a lot of you, this person may not ever even know you've forgiven them. So I'm not saying Facebook message them and say, hey, I forgave you, or tell them this or tell them that. Just release this person, because holding someone and not forgiving them is one thing you're doing. You're holding them accountable and you're actually punishing them in your heart for what they did to you. What they did was wrong. But you holding them accountable to that, you holding them and punishing them for that is only harming you. So let's make a deal this week. Make an effort to be cognizant of people that have harmed you, but you're holding a grudge against, you're holding an unforgiving heart against, and just let it go. Just forgive them. And you say, I can't, they've done so much. Some of you have experienced great tragedy at the hands of people you've trusted. I am not minimizing that. But what I am doing is trying to get you to a place where you can experience this freedom on every level, in Christ and also in your personal life. So just do it. Just forgive them. Just let it go. If you need help, ask the Lord for help. If you need to talk to someone, find someone you can trust. Be transparent with them and ask them to help you through this process. And it can't be based on whether or not they deserve it. Just let them go. Hope you have a great week.